Welcome back to the Means Report, focusing on our veterans today as Veterans Day approaches, at least with this first airing of the Means Report. We may run it again because we're getting so much valuable information. Dr. Daniel Fry covered the mental health resources for our veterans. What about the physical side of things? How can we help our veterans get up and about again, at least moving again after an injury? Suzanne Kenrick, it's her life work. She's a recreational therapist at VA Augusta in the spinal cord injury unit. Suzanne, you do so much good for our heroes, and I appreciate you being here to talk about it.
Thank you.
So what's a patient? I know there's not I hate the question, what's a typical patient, but maybe you can tell me what kinds of ailments or injuries a person has when they come to you.
So as you mentioned, specifically, I work on the spinal cord injury unit. So we're talking about veterans with catastrophic disabilities. And so there may be a change to their mobility status. There may be a change to how they function in their daily lives, just from eating and getting dressed to how they get from here to the door. So from that perspective, it's a very physical side of things. However, we're talking about veterans, and so we're talking about people who have that mental health side of things too, oftentimes, where it's not just the spinal cord injury, it's all the other things that veterans encounter, like Dr. Fry was mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
All the mental health side of things, all the the PTSD, the substance abuse, and now you've introduced a spinal cord injury, this physical side of things. And so we really do deal with the whole person. As a recreation therapist, I deal with the psychological, the physical, the emotional, the cognitive aspect of a person.
You say recreation, and I picture you're the person to go to help me get back on the golf course or the ball field or the running track. And I'm guessing, at least in the beginning, that's not what you're doing. Are you trying to restore just the tiniest function?
So at the very beginning and during that rehab process in the spinal cord injury unit, that's the goal for me and what we do as recreation therapists is to introduce them to life beyond your spinal cord injury. What does that look like? What is it that you, me, or whomever, what is it that you like to do? How can I help facilitate that? And how can I use that to facilitate your functional gains through the rehab process? And we really do spend a lot of time doing a lot of education on everything, travel, everything changes when you put a physical disability on someone. And so how you get from here to there, how do you get to the grocery store? How do you go to the movies? Can I go back and bowl again? Or I never bowled before. Well, okay, I'm going to bowl now. It really depends. It's very individualized. What we do as recreation there is very individualized. And it really does take a lot of education, just introduction during that rehab process to say, I don't expect you to digest this today.
Right.
And our system of care is so great because we follow our veterans from that point all the way through the rest of their lives. And so we have the opportunity to impact change over a time. And so I don't feel like I'm in a hurry to try to get you to grasp this. I just need to plant the seed.
What kind of exercises or routines are these veterans going through to try to rebuild strength?
Yeah, so they go through a very rigorous PT, physical therapy, occupational therapy. We have speech therapy available. We have assistive technologies, recreation therapy, obviously. We have psychologists, social workers, an entire interdisciplinary team that supports the veteran and their families, caregivers, companions, whomever, through the rehab process.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're not necessarily trying to train the next Paralympian, but I bet you've had some people come through your program that have those skills.
I actually have had a few Paralympians.
Have you really?
Yeah, I really have. There's one local veteran here who was on the U.S. Paralympic track and field team. There's another female veteran out of the Columbia area. She was also on the U.S. track and field team. We've had some cyclists over the years. So yeah, we have, but my goal, and I don't think I think I can speak generally about this as a recreation therapist, not try to make an athlete out of anybody.
Right.
I think it's important to recognize that anybody who, your recreation, your leisure activities, what it is that you enjoy is very different than what I do, but it's how you how you cope with your day. And so it's what makes you get up every day, and it's what helps you kind of be productive and have purpose in your life is through those the things that you love to do.
Well, I'll ask you the same question I asked Dr. Fry, is how long does that take from when I first present with a debilitating injury, a debilitating situation, and all of a sudden I'm coping, all of a sudden I'm doing leisure activities because of you? Is that months, years?
Well, I don't want to take all the credit.
right. You
not
and your
because
team.
of me, yes. So
Sure.
I think because of what we do as a team, we really do work well as a team down there. I kind of see on average, it takes them about 2 years. It really is a challenge to have this catastrophic change, go home, learn how to live with your spinal cord injury, what that day looks like for you, what that week looks like for you. And as I said, we follow them through their lifespan. And so they come back and they see us, and during the first year at 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, and every year after that. But they have access to us anytime. So if they get to that place, all they have to do is pick up the phone and call their primary care provider on spinal cord and say, hey, I would like to talk to rec therapy. And it's kind of works like that. And so then we just kind of say, hey, what is it you want to do? I've really kind of seen probably on average about 2 years before people really come around.
How important is it for these patients to be surrounded by people in similar situations? It seems like they would lift each other up.
It is. It's huge. I'm thankful we have some veteran service organizations here locally that assist our programming, and they come in. They're great peer support. It's one thing for me to tell you that there's life beyond this. It's another if somebody who's doing it is coming in and doing that. And I'm very fortunate to be able to kind of lean on those veterans. And our catchment area is huge. We are Eastern Alabama, all of Georgia, all of South Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, and Western North Carolina is the spinal cord catchment area.
Are there VA Augusta ball fields and bowling alleys and tracks where these good folks can go hone their skills, or do you depend on the greater Augusta community to say, my bowling alley is disability friendly, or golf course or track or what have you?
So no, let's say this, life is not accessible. We have.
No, I bet it's not.
Right, so the challenge is to give them the skills through the rehab process to overcome the barriers and the boundaries that may be the preventive thing to participation. Sometimes it's finances, sometimes it's a physical barrier like a curb or a door. But there's no one place that's like all the veterans go and this is great and fine and wonderful and it meets everybody's needs.
Can we do anything in the community? Maybe we can't make this place more accessible. Is it okay to assist somebody getting in a door or up a curb?
It is, but it's important to ask, may I help you? And not to just assume that, oh, well, they're in a wheelchair, they can't open the door. Mm-hmm. It's perfectly acceptable to ask, would it be okay if I help you carry that? Don't just go up and grab somebody's wheelchair. That would be like me touching your legs. Or trying to move your foot without saying, do you need a little help? That kind of thing.
I needed to hear that because you want to jump in.
You do.
You do, and your heart goes out, but talk about it, ask about it first. Right. I hear you. You. Probably my last question, and it's the same one I asked Dr. Fry, because I know beneath this rec therapist world that you live in, there's a human being with a heart. Do you ever stop and say, man, I'm doing some good?
Oh, you're probably gonna make me cry. I'm truly, sorry.
No, it's tough. I'm with you.
I am truly blessed and honored to have.
Listen, it shows your heart is apparent. I knew it the minute I met you. I'm not going to be able to finish this means report. I got to just say thank you. And I promise you there's people at home who are thanking the good Lord that there are people like you in this world.
Well, it has been a privilege.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for 30 years. So
30 years.
Getting a little long in the tooth, Brad.
No, but what a bright light you are.
Sorry about that.
You know, it's true. What a bright light you are during a dark time. Thanks for helping our veterans. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate both of our experts from VA Augusta, Suzanne and Dr. Fry. Go see them if you need help. Vets, if you need assistance, these are the kind of good people waiting on the other side to offer it. When we come back, how you can help shape future editions of the Means Report and help us get more wonderful guests like these.